Well, after COVID-19, many school children experienced a widespread issue, learning loss. The National Assessment of Educational Progress says only 32% of Georgia's fourth graders and 31% of eighth graders were proficient in reading in 2022. Since then, many changes have been made to the curriculum in Georgia's public K-12 schools to address learning loss.
Meanwhile, some public schools are cutting Black studies from curriculum due to lack of state funding, and this has raised more concern for what children are learning and retaining. But in South Georgia, one organization is bringing both issues together by taking a stand and promoting literacy and educating everyone on Black history. WALB News 10's
Brittany Blake shares how they are doing this.
A part of that history is Juneteenth, a holiday that recognizes the day enslaved people in Texas were declared free 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, but that probably wasn't in your history book.
The library and this whole little setup of giving out books and stuff like that, that has given us an advantage. That has given us access to a lot of resources that we haven't had as kids.
Rashika Platt says she's taking advantage of the opportunities to educate her children on topics that may not have been discussed when she was growing up.
My kids are very knowledgeable of certain things at very young ages. They're very aware, and I love that. They're boisterous. I let them be opinionated. So I think that in itself is helping me break generational curses, me reading to them every night, creating that bonding time, and that's giving them individuality to just be able to express themselves.
That is the mission of the Southside Library Boosters. 33 years ago, the organization began supporting the Southside McMillan Library by educating families on literacy through historic moments.
Look back in history when folks had no access to a book, had no access to learning, so they couldn't. It was a freedom that they did not have access to. So now, it's an open door. We can read, we can watch television, we can work on computers, we can do all of those things to promote knowledge. So first thing is picking up that book.
Educators say literacy and mathematical skills are essential to excelling in school, creating a recognition for words, patterns, and emotions.
Even at the ages of 3, 4, and 5, they are receptive to it, and they can receive and know what they come from as far as their history.
To encourage the fun and learning in reading this summer, you can sign up for the summer reading program at any South Georgia Regional Library, and you'll get a prize at the end of summer for every book you read. Brittany Blake, WALB, your hometown news source.